Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host Jennifer and it is cold outside. Actually it's warmed up a little bit, like it was really chilly this morning. It was in the 30s again. It's going to be like 66 degrees today, which is fantastic weather, but a little bit chilly this morning. And as you can tell, I still have a sore throat. I just have a little bit of a cough. I can tell that I'm at the beginning of not feeling well. I'm recording this actually on Monday because I don't know what the rest of the week is going to look like because I can tell that I'm coming down with something. And so all the videos this week have probably sounded like this, but a little bit better. I tried to record as much as I could on Sunday because I could just feel that it was coming on. Alright, so today is Friday, and you know what that means. It's Yarn Porn Friday, okay? We come on, I show you some beautiful yarn that I purchased, and I don't tend to do it every Friday, because Christmas is coming up and all that, but like, I had to purchase this yarn. I got a killer deal on this yarn. Now, I showed you guys a video on Tuesday showing you some of the yarns that are available through KnitPicks, because KnitPicks is doing a really good sale until the... When are they doing it? The 20-something? Hang on, let me find my thing. Alright. What is... Free gift tags. I mean, they're pretty, but I'm probably not going to use them. Hold your phone camera over the QR code to visit the holiday store. Alright, that's not what I was looking for. That's a packing slip. I showed it to you guys the other day. What did I do with it? There's my other battery I was looking for. You know, I would lose my head entirely if it was not attached. Anyway, the KnitPicks sale's going on till the 20-something. Yeah. Let me open their website, because I had the postcard that they sent me with all the sale stuff. That was in Tuesday's video. I should still have it opened on my phone. That's not it. That's Knitter's Pride. KnitPicks Big Yarn Sale 2023. Alright, sale ends on the 21st of November. And if you click on the link that I will post below, it will take you to this website. And you can click any one of these. I go to the 60% off first because I want the best deal. But you can also shop all. And there's pages upon pages upon pages of yarn that is clearanced out. Just pages. So what I'm going to show you is what I purchased. So I'm going to open up my account and look at my recent orders so I can give you guys an idea of what I paid for these, because this is a packing slip and I don't think there's a receipt in here. These are really pretty though, but I'm not going to take the time to cut those out. I'm just not going to. I'm not going to do it. However, this is the box they sent me. It is not all the way full. So I'm going to try to move everything and put this on my desk so I can see what I'm looking at. Now, I purchased yarns that looked interesting to me. And they had to be within the 60% off range. So like I said, I clicked that button that said 60% off. I only purchased from that page. However, like it would say like this yarn is on sale for $10, and if you clicked on that yarn it would give you all the color options of that yarn, and not all the color options are on sale, so you need to watch what you're buying. Click on it and look and see if the price changes. And some of these the price changed slightly, but I only purchased things that were on sale. Like one of these, for example, it might have been the last order. Yeah, it was the last order. No, it wasn't. It was this. Okay, this. They have a colorway called Clown Car of this pack for $10, but I like the wild color flowers better, and this one was $15.99. But for these little minis, it's actually a really good deal. I wanted to show you guys examples, okay? Because I want to show you how great of a deal I actually got on some of these yarns, okay? So, like I said, I should probably be going in order, but we're just going to do, right. So this is KnitPicks.com or WeCrochet.com. They're the same company. One is geared more towards knitters, one is geared more towards crocheters. I purchased these off the KnitPicks side. I looked on the WeCrochet side and it's a lot of the same stuff. They may have like different tools or stuff over there, but like it's the same thing. But I will link the KnitPicks page for you, but it's all the same. It's all the same. All right, so like I said, this is the Stroll Tonal mini pack, and it's the Stroll base, and I like the way the Stroll base feels. I have dyed with the Stroll base in the past, and it's a nice feeling yarn, and it dyes up beautifully. This is 460 total yards for this is a total of 100 grams. So this is the equivalent of your average size hank of yarn. You know, I tell you what. So because there's 5 of them, these are about 92 yards for each colorway. And then it says that it is 20 grams each. Okay, so 20 grams for each one of these, 20 grams, total of 100 grams. This cost me, let's say $15.99. Okay. The Koi Goose are also 20 gram little skeins. This has 10, so it's double the size. Okay. So this is the equivalent of 2 of those packs. Obviously, it's a different yarn. This is hand painted. This is a little bit higher quality, but this gives you an idea of if you want to try something out like this, this is a cheaper alternative. So this 5-pack is the equivalent of half of this, $15.99. These retail from $65 to $80 for 10 of them. Just let that sink in, okay? $15.99 for half of this, or $65 to $80 for the same amount, okay? So I just wanted to put that into perspective. And these ones are 25 gram skeins, 87 yards. These are 20 gram skeins, 92 yards. Okay, $15.99. All day long I'll pay that. And like I said, they had one that was called Clown Car. It's just a more of a traditional rainbow colorway. And it was $10. Does this open easily or am I going to have to rip it? Looks like I'm going to have to rip it. It's alright. I don't need to open it. I know what this stuff feels like. It's soft. Isn't that beautiful? So the idea behind these minis is, you see this cardigan back here? This cardigan is made with the Koigu yarn, which was the more expensive one I just showed you. The idea of these minis is to blend colors together to get a unique look or a fade effect. To have multiple colors of a yarn. So it does the guesswork for you. It's a lot of fun to play with minis. Minis can be really expensive. For the Koigu example, like those are more expensive. This is a fun way to really try out the minis, you know. It's a good way. It's like a little sampling, a little tasting. And these ones, I forgot to tell you. It's 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. It is a #1 weight, machine wash, cold, tumble dry, which is going to be, most of these are going to be machine wash cold or hand wash and lay flat to dry. But this one is machine wash, cold, tumble dry. I still would hand wash it probably, or at least wash it on a delicate cycle. Just because it's wool. A lot of what I got was wool, but not everything. So let me see, what is this? This is acrylic. This one's acrylic. Now you guys know, okay, I've been making, I have the tutorial for the chickens, right? And after I made this guy, I kind of got obsessed with the tweed yarns. And I bought some tweed yarns from the thrift store that was actually from KnitPicks. That was, I showed that in Tuesday's video. It was a wool tweed. And it's beautiful, and it would make a beautiful chicken, right? But I kind of like acrylic for chickens. And so this is a tutorial on my channel here. It's, I don't remember what I called it. It's a chicken. It's a chicken tutorial. You can make it big or little. You can make it a chicken or a bird. But that really made me obsessed with tweed yarns a little bit. So I bought this because I want to make a black chicken. And if you guys ever heard the joke that I told in that video about the black chickens, or the black roosters, if you will, I need a black chicken, okay? So this is the Brava Tweed. This is worsted weight, and it is acrylic and viscose. So the viscose is the little flex. It's 3% viscose. This is the color Chimney Sweep. Chimney Sweep. It's 218 yards. Let me open my receipt back up. I really should be going in order because I'm going to confuse the heck out of myself. This was $2.50 a ball, which is a fantastic price for this kind of yarn, okay? It feels really nice. It kind of is similar to... What yarn does this remind me of? It's softer than Vanna White, Vanna Choice. Yeah, it's definitely softer than Vanna's Choice. It's almost, but not quite as soft as the Big Twist Living yarn. Because it's not, this is not anti-pilling, so it doesn't have that slickness to it, but it's pretty decently soft. Like, it kind of feels like Basics. That's what it reminds me of. It's like Basics, but a little bit softer than Basics from Premier. It's got these cute little tweedy bits on it, and it's going to make the cutest little chicken. But I also got it in blue. Well, this is more of a teal color. So I got two of this. This is called Kenai. You know Kenai the bear from Brother Bear? It's also a place in Alaska. So yeah. Really, really like this. I'm totally getting into the tweed yarns. I made a video a while back, and I made a red hat. It was made out of red tweed yarn from A.C. Moore. This was a couple years ago. And I said that it reminded me of my grandfather. Now, I was not close with my grandfather. Did not have an amazing relationship. Like, he lived down the street, and I saw him every day, but he was not a very good grandfather, okay? But I do have fond memories of him in his I played in his backyard with my cousin. And he always had chickens and ducks and pheasants. I believe he had a peacock at one time. I could be wrong about that. I remember seeing peacock feathers in his living room, but I don't know. I don't know if they were from his peacock, but I know he had pheasants. And there was always, like, fowl in the backyard. And my uncle lived there and had pigeons. So, like, and he always wore a red flannel shirt. Every day of his life. I think it's the only shirt he owned, and he wore it every day. And he would often have feathers on him. It's like, tweed yarn reminds me of Papa. And I have a fondness for it because when I was a little girl, I used to help my uncle take care of his pigeons, and I would go in his pigeon coop quite frequently. And that's why I love birds. Like, I used to love being around the pigeons. And there's a song from Cyndi Lauper called Sally's Pigeons, and I love that song. Anyway, so this is Brava Tweed. Really like this yarn. It's a nice feeling acrylic. I haven't worked up any of these yet, but I don't foresee them being, I mean, I think I'm going to like them all. And all those were $2.50 a ball. I like the way they feel, and usually I can tell if I'm going to love it or hate it. This one also is acrylic. This is premium acrylic. And this is just the Brava. So this is the Brava Tweed. Oh, this says premium acrylic too. So Brava Tweed, Brava. And this is also, what color is this? Just Peachy Speckle. These were also $2.50 a piece. And if you guys know, I love peachy colors, corally colors. This, I wouldn't call it peach at all. It's more like a yellow and orange. But like, I mean, I thought it was pretty. I thought it was really pretty. And this actually goes with some of the yarn that I have from Joann's, so I can put these with the Joann's yarn. I don't know where that's at currently. Let me grab that. I like mixing yarns together. There's also an ombre. I don't see it up there, but there's also an ombre version of this yarn. This is Big Twist. These are $2.99. This is $2.50. And this one is 269 yards. It's 218 yards, so they're really comparable. The Brava softer, squishier. But I like, would these not go cute together? Right? I mean, this one doesn't have pink in it, but like, and there's also a ombre version of this where it's stripes. But I don't think I have any of that. I have the pink version. I don't have, but I was like, I'm thinking the whole time I'm ordering this, I'm trying to be much more mindful of what I'm ordering, and I'm trying to order things that go with other yarns that I have, and I'm trying to order, my joints are really hurting today. I'm trying to order things that I know I can make in a bigger project, because I am notorious, you guys know, I am notorious for buying a bunch of one-ofs. Okay, so like I bought one of these because it's going to be a chicken, but I almost bought just one of these just to try it out. And I almost bought just one of these to try it out. But I'm trying to be more mindful of what I'm purchasing and have a purpose for it. Not just, I want to try it out and make a video. Like, what can I make with this yarn? And so I wanted to try the Brava. I have heard amazing things about the Brava for the past several years from podcasters like Chemnitz. Be wrong. I'm trying to remember who else talked about the Brava. But regardless, I've been wanting to try the Brava for a long time. I like the way it feels. And I really like some of the color options. And at $2.50 a ball, I mean, it's worth the price. Even if, like, I don't like it, which I don't foresee happening. See, then what I'm trying to do also is, like I told you, I'm trying to give you guys of what I can compare it to. And since I have such an amazing yarn collection, like, I can definitely compare it to some like yarns. I really like the way that feels. Like, it's got almost like a, I don't know, it just feels nice. I like the way it feels. It's leaving like a softness on my hand, so I don't know. Alright, next we're moving on to, I believe these are the wool ones. Yeah, alright, so all the rest are the wool that I purchased. Now, KnitPicks does have, like I said, they have an amazing selection. They have cotton, but I didn't want any cotton. I don't work with cotton very often. They have a lot of cottons on clearance. They got the Brava on clearance, certain colorways. I also tend to go for variegated yarns or speckly yarns or striping yarns. And so I do not work with just regular colors. And you will see most of the time I'm working with something that's variegated or something. I don't like working with all one color in a project because it bores me to death and I will stop working on it, which I have done frequently. I just can't do all one color. And I always tell you, if I'm going to do a tutorial, like, you can change this and use a different color yarn or something less bold and bright, but like bold and bright is who I am, and I you know, that's what I like. All right, so this next one I'm showing you, I got this one because I got some of this in the thrift store purchased, and I liked the way it felt. But also, this almost reminds me of the Mary Maxim. What is the yarn for Mary Maxim, guys? And obviously, Mary Maxim is acrylic. And it's a little bit softer because this is wool. And there's a toothiness to it. I just had some yesterday. I just had it. Anyway, this is the Chroma Twist worsted weight. So this is supposed to be worsted weight, but it is on the thin side of a worsted weight. It really looks like it's a 3-weight. It feels like a 3-weight. I would probably work it up as a 3-weight. This is 218 yards. It is the color Tiki. And I got it because the colors are like oranges and pinks. And there's some yellow in there. And it's kind of marled, which all those things are like my favorite. Orange is not my favorite color, and I won't use orange alone, but when you mix orange with yellow and pink, like, it's my favorite. Those 3 colors together are just magic to me. Like, I love them. It reminds me of a bowl of citrus fruit, or like pink lemonade, or summer things, you know, tropical beaches, which Tiki is a good name for this, right? Yeah, look at it. This one doesn't look marled at all. This one just looks yellow, right? And then this one is much more marled. So the marled is the 2 colors mixed together. That's funny. I like yarn like that though, because even though it's the same colorway, it's the same lot, it will look different. And I like that. Anyway, this is Machine Wash Cold Tumble Dry Low. It is 70% superwash wool and 30% nylon. And the nylon gives it strength, but it also gives it a softness. This is not the softest. It's an okay softness. I mean, it's not going to bother me, but it's not like buttery soft like some superwash wools. But I really like the way this looks. And I love these colors. It's so pretty. And this one cost, what did this cost? $6.50 each. Now, if you know, I got some at the thrift store and I paid almost that. So I got some at the thrift store. I got a 5-pack. What did I do with that? It's in a box. Where is it, the box? Right here. Yeah, it's buried. Anyway, I think I paid $15 for a box of 5. Was it, or was it? Nope. I paid $25 for a box of 5. So it's $5 a ball at the thrift store and $6.50 for brand new. My niece is constantly calling me. Constantly. Hang on, let me just tell her I'm recording. Alright. So, while I like those are not my favorite, and I don't think I would pay full price for those. And I don't even know what the full price on those are. I think they were like $10. I want to say. So it was $5. Oh no. Yeah. $6.50 each. So I paid $13 for the 2 of them. Alright, now we're going to get into some big old fat chunks, okay? This again is wool, but let me pull some stuff out for you because I kind of gave you a sneak peek of this earlier in the week. This is the Alla Prima super bulky weight wool yarn. This is, it's only 52 yards. But it's real fat. It's 100% merino wool. This is a hand wash dry flat situation. It recommends a 13mm hook. Or no, an M/N/13 hook. Alright, so this is the color Field Blossoms. Come on in, Oreo. You gonna go lay in the doggy bed? Are you hungry? Juju will feed you soon, I promise. So this is the color Field Blossoms. I just thought this was so pretty. And I ordered it because online I like the colors. And I think I like the price. So this was $10.19 for this. But, and I got 2 in this color, the Field Blossoms, and I got 1 in the color Kaleidoscope. And the reason I got this yarn is because I like the color. But when I got it, and I felt it, and I looked at it, this is Malabrigo Rasta. Okay, this is leftover from a project. It is very, very close, almost the same yarn. And I just made a project using the Malabrigo Rasta. This is knit. This is also Malabriga Rasta with Malabriga Caracal, which this stuff is gorgeous, and this is on my Christmas list, you guys. This stuff is so nice. Okay, beautiful. I made a matching hat, right? This set is fantastic, beautiful, and I loved working with this yarn so much. And I'm not a big fan of the knit, and I know it looks ridiculous because I have a hoodie on, but I'm not a big fan of knitting bigger than a hat projects or bigger than like a cowl projects. I couldn't put this down. And this was me designing and knitting at the same time, which you guys know I don't really do very often. I design more with crochet. I feel more comfortable with crochet. But oh my god, this yarn was luscious. Both of them. And the Rasta was a present. It was gifted to me from Debbie at the Canadian Crocheter. So I would not have seeked this yarn out because I don't work with bulky yarn very often. And I fell in love, Now let's see, Malabrigo Rasta. I'm looking up the prices. Shopping. It's anywhere from $16 to $25. On average, it's $22.50. Look at that. Tell me that don't look very similar to this. I mean, it's obviously different colors, but right? This colorway is similar to this one for half the price. You see that price tag, $24, $10 all day long. So if you want some of these yarns for your Christmas list, I'm telling you, make a shopping list, write down very specific what you want, or put it in the shopping cart and show your husband or your wife or your spouse or your partner or your kids or your auntie or your cousins, like whoever buys for you for Christmas. I'm telling you, like, if you wanted to try some of these, like the Malabrigo, I got a couple comments when I showed this. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. I've always wanted Malabrigo, but I can't afford it. This is basically Malabrigo. It feels the same. Like, it feels the same. Blind test, I could not tell the difference of these yarns. This actually might be a little bit softer. So, yeah. That's why I brought this project back out. Because I wanted to show you guys, because it's really, really, really comparable. So, it's not a lot of yardage, but neither is the Rasta. Let me see what the Rasta yardage is before we move on. Are you going to tell me? I think it was at 90 yards. I think it was 90 yards, exactly. So the Rasta is 90 yards. This one is 52 yards. But this one might be a little bit thicker. It looks the same size ball, but it's half the price, and it gives you a little taste. If you're knitting, obviously you can make a whole hat with this. If you're mixing it with something, you can actually go a lot further. I really like these big yarns for making like the little puffs, which I just learned how to do that. I really like this yarn. I'm thinking like a pair of mittens, a hat, like really just pretty stuff. Doing something similar to this again. I just really, really love this yarn. I really like this yarn, and I can't wait to play with it. So like I said, this one is the color Field Blossoms, and it's a creamy base with pinks and green, and it looks like flowers. It's so pretty. And then this one is a creamy base with like a brick color and like a mustard, I don't, cornflower blue maybe. A little bit of oranges pops in there. I just think these are so pretty. And they're so soft. I want to make a pillow of this and just sleep in it. So, that made me happy because I was like, like I said, I just finished this set. And I fell in love with it. And I was like, okay, that's all the Rasta I have. And then I opened it and I was like, that's really the same. It's really the same. All right, moving on. Hi. So I got this in Happy Mail. I got this in Happy Mail. And I fell in love with it. This is KnitPicks yarn. This is MUSE fingering weight. This was sent to me in Happy Mail. I did not pay for this. This was a gift. This is Enthusiasm Speckle, right? And these are my colors all day long. They're beautiful. There's like pink and blue and purple. Just speckles everywhere. It's like a freckle-faced kid. It's like a freckle-faced unicorn, okay? This is beautiful, and I like the way it felt. So like I said, this is the MUSE base. I really like the way this felt, so when I saw this one, I had to purchase it. I had to have it. This is the MUSE base also, but this is the Aran weight, so this is the equivalent of a worsted weight. It's a little bit, it's slightly off from a worsted weight, and it's the same type of feel. This is Glee Speckle, and let me pull up my price. This one cost $9.50, 100 grams, and because it's Aran weight, it's going to be less yardage, but I'm probably going to knit with this just because it's Aran weight, and it will go further. This 100% superwash merino wool. It is 114 yards, so this will make a very pretty hat. I can probably make a cowl out of this. I can mix it with other yarns. Yep. Hang on. 'Cause I got more to show you guys. I went for a lot of my hand-dyed yarns like this, or my specialty wool yarns are fingering weight, lace weight, sock weight. They're really, really thin yarns. And while I love them, I don't reach for them first because they take a lot longer to work up a project. Whether I'm knitting or crocheting, it's going to take a while because it's a thin yarn. And this entire sweater is made out of lace weight, okay? So I wanted to try and get some that I know that I'm going to reach for faster. So I went with the Aran weight. And all the next ones that I show you are Aran weight. I was very careful on what I was choosing. And like I said, this was $9.50. And it's Aran weight, which is almost the same as worsted weight. And this has all the same colors as that beautiful one that's fingering weight. Except this has like yellows and greens a little bit, and that other one's just pink, purple, and blue. So this has like just the slightest, you see the little bit of yellow in here. It's very, very minimal. But this is so pretty, and I really like the texture of this yarn. I like the way it feels. I really like the way it feels. It's almost roving style, because there's not a good twist on it. And I really like the MUSE. I like the way it feels. I have loved everything I purchased in this order. The Chroma Twist is probably one I don't think I'll buy again. Just because it is not as soft as these other ones. But other than that, everything, you guys know I have skin issues. I have texture and sensory issues. So if I like it, it's soft. Okay. Alright, so we got this. And this one doesn't really go with the other four, but the other four I bought kind of as a fade. And when I got them, I realized perfect they are for a fade. Now, I've been watching Carrie Penny from the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and she buys yarn boxes from ALC and I can't remember the other company. And she was talking about how she likes the colors because those two designers have a palette that they use of colors, and she can very easily mix them together. And she was showing like this yarn from last October and this yarn from this month, and she was putting them together and they look beautiful together. And then she had like a set of several that were different colors that just kind of went together, that could go together in a project. And you guys know I like mixing color. Like, none of those colors make any sense to anybody except that sweater, okay? And Oreo, you're on camera. I just love the way that turned out. So I'm trying to think more along the lines of, let's buy stuff not all in one color, because Jen can't do all in one color, but let's think about things that I can mix and match together to make a fade, okay? So I got these 4 colorways, okay? These are all the MUSE Aran weight. So these are all the same specs as the one I just showed you. They're 114 yards. They're superwash merino. This one is the color Fearless, hand painted. So it is a very bright pink with, looks like yellowy green. And it just, like, there's several shades of pink in there. Sorry about that. The county inspector is here to inspect the decks. I don't know if he's going to knock again, so I may have to go pause. But anyway, back to yarn. This is, I said this was the color Fearless painted, hand painted. I really, really love the colors of this one. And I didn't, it's hard to tell when it's online whether any of these colors go together or not. And I certainly didn't think it was going to go with this fade. I was thinking these 3, right? I was like, those will go together. And I like to give myself way more credit than I actually deserve, because part of it was just I went for what was on sale for the 60% off. And part of it was, oh, these are pretty. And part of it was, I want to stick with the Aran weights. And then when they came, I was like, fade. It's a fade. It's a fade. And the 4 of them go together. All right, now this one online did not look like at all it would go with this. It looks more purple. This is the color Possibility. And there is purples and navies in here, but there's also the pinks and the greens that kind of go with this yarn. And so it's like, these totally go together because the pink and the green bleed through. And I just think this will be really pretty together. I would not have purchased this one on its own because the colors are very muddy looking to me. And kind of garbagey. It's reminding me of garbage. I don't know why. It's got to be the green. I don't think it's ugly. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's ugly, but it reminds me of like garbage. But when you put it next to something like this, it makes sense. Especially when you have something like this on the other side. It just makes sense. And I love it in the fade. I would not have purchased this colorway by itself. You may absolutely disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. But for me personally, not my favorite. But it goes beautifully in this fade. All right. So the next one I got, this one is called Thrill, which reminds me of grapes, like wine grapes. Just beautiful. It's got navy blue and varying shades of purple and a little bit of pinkies. I mean, this is more like a Cabernet color, which blends in with this, which blends into this. Beautiful. And then this one is Affection. So we have Affection, Thriller, Possibility, and Fearless. And I am here for this. Now there's not a whole lot of yardage in this. It's 114 yards, so we only have a little over 400 yards. So I'm going to have to either knit with this, or I'm going to have to crochet something open and loose, because I have a big body and I don't think it's going to fit me unless I do something lacy, you know, to really get the most out of the yarn. But these are so pretty together. They're so pretty together. And this reminds me of what Carrie Penny was showing in her video recently, where she was talking about the different yarns fading together. And I just think this is so pretty. I think it's so pretty. And it makes me happy. It makes me happy. Yeah. So, that is it for my KnitPicks haul. Absolutely happy with what I purchased. I am really happy with the prices. And so, I'm going to really be trying to pay attention to the prices on KnitPicks more often, just for my own benefit. And of course, I will let you guys know when they do these big sales. I said in my last video that I think they only do it once a year, because I've only ever heard of it around Christmas time. The big sale at Christmas time. But someone else I was watching the other day actually said that they do it twice a year. So maybe they do it in the springtime too. I don't know. Maybe they're clearancing out like the spring colors, and then they clearance out the winter colors. I don't know how that works. I'm very new to KnitPicks. But I cannot wait to dig in and make stuff with this. This to me is gorgeousness. And because it's Aran weight, I know that I'm going to work with it faster than I would if it was fingering weight. And I have no idea what I'm going to make, because it's only like, it's going to be like 450 yards total. And like I said, I'm a 3X, 4X. I'm a big girl. I mean, I'm a 3X, but like I prefer a 4X in shirts, because like I like my shirts baggy, but I don't know what I'm going to make with that. But I'm so happy with everything I purchased. I'm really happy with this. I'm so excited. I wish I had money to buy more. Real talk. I would have purchased way more, because the prices are insane. Especially when you compare them to other more expensive yarns. The prices are really good for this sale. And with Christmas coming up, I mean, I don't have anybody I buy for that knits or crochets, but with Christmas coming up, if you want to make yourself a Christmas list for whoever to buy you some yarn, some high-end yarns for a really good price, now is the time to do it. Like I said, the sale ends on the 21st. My total for that entire order was, and I think it was 15 skeins of yarn in total. It was $117 before shipping. Actually, I got free shipping, so before tax. So it was $124. And had I bought that yarn at a thrift store, it would have easily been $250, $300. Easily. Or if I paid full price for that matter, because everything was 60% off. But yeah. I do have an affiliate link for KnitPicks. I have really only recently started using it. If you purchase from them, if you click that link, it helps the channel, and it helps me to continue to do all the things I do on this channel. Tutorials, yarn hauls, yarn reviews, tool reviews. It helps fund the channel. It also, you know, it helps my family. It really does. And you don't ever have to click that link. You don't have to purchase anything because I showed it. Like, no. I just show you, and I'm like, hey, I got a link. If you click it, you click it. If you don't, you don't. It does help. And don't buy yarn that you can't afford. I have to say that every time, because someone always feels guilty because they want it and they don't have the money, and they feel like they have to explain themselves to me. I get it. I get it. Okay? I know what that feels like. And if you I mean, nobody has to watch the yarn haul videos, right? I don't want you to feel pressure to ever buy anything. And if you can't handle watching yarn haul videos because you want it so bad it makes you feel bad, just tune in to Monday and I'll show you what I made. Okay? So with that, I think I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go. Oh, the inspector left already. That was quick. Hopefully everything inspected fine. I hate the handrail they put on that deck, but I really am pleased with what I purchased from KnitPicks. I'm really happy with what I got. Now, the postcard that I showed you on Tuesday was like, oh, free gifts, like free project bag. Okay, but What they don't tell you is you have to put in the code, the coupon code. And the day I ordered this, there was no coupon code on the page for KnitPicks. They didn't adjust it until the next day. Like, there was an error on their page. And so I didn't get the free project bag I was supposed to get. But I don't care, because what am I going to do with another project bag? You know? And I've got free tags. The gift tags are pretty, but they're probably going to go straight in the garbage because I'm not. I'm not going to cut them out. But, yeah. Definitely go, at least, if you can. If you can afford to buy yarn and you want to try, go at least browse the website. The link is below. It'll take you straight to the sale page. At least get an idea of what they have. And I hope that this yarn haul helped you to at least understand what the yarn looks like in person or feels like. Because it's really hard to tell from a picture. And if you don't like scratchy wool, like I cannot stand scratchy wool, none of what I bought is even close to scratchy, with the exception of the Chroma Twisted is probably the least soft. And I would not wear this on my face or around my neck. Not that it's itchy or scratchy, it's just I don't like the way it feels as much as like this. Oh, those colors even go beautiful together, am I right? I don't need any more yarn, but man, peach would be beautiful, right? Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.